Hello, my name is Georges Verbena. I am an astrologer, and I made a series on New Age deceptions, and I've been requested to make a video on light language. In my video about mantras and chants, I explained that if you're looking for a real chant, you should look towards light language. And of course it's hilarious saying that, considering the fact that I'm completely anti-New Age. But some things are to be looked into before you say, oh, it's a deception. Is light language actually real? Well, find out in this video. So listen up. Light language is simply the language of gestures. You know? Like this gesture. Believe it or not, but that's light language. Or this gesture. Light language. Yes? Or that's also light language. Everybody knows what it means. Everybody understands. Because it is instinctive. The baby knows what this means. Automatically. Like a baby. Like, it's so obvious. You know? So light language is supposed to be something that everybody understands. If you don't understand what somebody is doing when they're speaking light language, if you don't have any resonance, if you can't feel it, if it doesn't do anything to you, and there's two possibilities. Either it's completely fake, it's made up, because if it's fake, your body knows it. Because this is body language. Light language. Why are we talking about light language? Who made this up? That this is light language. What does it have to do with light? It's a buzzword. And that's why it's so popular. If they said, oh, the language of the body, who would care? You know? It's about advertisement. It's about business. But now you're wondering, okay, so you have these examples of light language, but there's also spoken light language. Like, or, you know how they do this fake light language, like they say, oh, lulululu, oh, lulululu, or they say, na 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 ni na 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 ni na 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 no na na, or something like that. Or they say, na 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 na, ma la na na, and ma na nan na 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 na. Or, I don't know, like, I cringe at this. I absolutely cringe. Is this light language? Could be. But if I go on YouTube and I go through these videos, I just cringe so hard. Like, there's so much bullshit. There's so many people who do fake light language. To be honest with you, somebody going in front of a camera and singing light language, you need to have balls of steel. Like, your nerves must be so strong to put yourself on display, knowing that people will either think you're completely nuts, or you're like a magician or something, but it's either one thing or the other. It's extremely polarizing. It's extremely triggering. It's extremely de-armoring. If it's real. If light language is real, it triggers you, de-armors you, and can heal you. Why? Because it's the language of the body. And the body uses language to heal itself all the time. When you cry, when you scream, when you're angry, when you are sad, this is language. This is communication, expression. So many things are communication that we've been taking for granted. We don't even consider them to be communication. Even me wearing this necklace is communicating a message. My message is connect to the body, connect to the root. And number 4, I know you can't really see it because this camera isn't the best. Number 4 is the number of the root chakra. All my work is root chakra. Light language is a root language. You can't speak light language intellectually. You can't. Because it's body, it's somatic. So if you want to speak light language, you have to communicate body sensations, which means you have to act naturally. And we know for a fact that most people have no idea how to do this. So that's why we have a problem. But not only that, the problem is also to teach this. Because how can you act naturally, light language, speak light language naturally in front of a camera? Unless you're completely tripping. Like, this is Neptune consciousness. This is the consciousness of detachment, of letting go. Uranus also. Uranus rules any higher communication. It's the higher octave of Mercury. So Mercury rules intellectual, masculine communication, and Uranus rules divine communication. And light language is that kind of game. So Uranus is also the ruler of outcasts, exiles, and mad scientists. So it rules people who are exiles from society, people who are excluded, people who are considered to be crazy. And this rules light language. So how can you bring light language to your friends and your family if everybody around you has been programmed to believe that you are insane for speaking it? You know. So there's these problems. And do you want me to speak light language in front of a camera? I keep thinking, before I made this video, clearly you want me to speak it, right? I mean, that's what you're watching. If you go online and you ask yourself, what is light language? You want somebody to show you. But the truth is, I'm too shy for this. To be honest with you, light language is makes you feel very naked. Because I have a history of being prosecuted and I haven't fully overcome that kind of defense. Yeah, I'm very honest about that. I know my limitations. So I am not sure if I can do that in front of a camera. But I wanted to make this video because people are wondering if they are crazy or not. And actually, if you're used to doing this, and you're used to doing this, and you're used to doing or or all of it is light language. There's no reason to think any of this is crazy. Problem arises when we want to use it for healing, when we want to use it directly, because you can't control it. Light language is instant. It's unconscious. It's automatic. It's in the flow. So anybody who goes in front of a camera on YouTube and does like, oh, Arcturian light language message coming to you now, is a fraud, is a con artist. There's no such thing as spontaneously, not spontaneously, planning to deliver a higher message, you can't do that. How can you? If I go online and I watch these videos, they're all con artists to me. They're all scammers. It's all bullshit. First of all, Arcturian, Pleiadian, Syrian, Procyon, and God knows what stars there are. These Arcturian light language messages and stuff. It's complete fake. It's false. Doesn't exist. How can you know that this is from an alien race, what you're speaking? You're fucking retarded if you believe that. Your language is from your body. No, your alien races have nothing to do with that. So anybody who claims to be channeling some kind of alien race is delusional, psychotic. Don't believe them. Don't take it for granted what people consider to be light language messages and communication. When somebody does light language, your body will know. Your body has an easy time recognizing this. Here's an example. Before I made this video, I watched a woman making light language, and her expressions were dead. She was doing this. Something like this. And she looked like a robot doing it. There was no emotion. Light language is full of emotion, is full of energy. If somebody claims to do light language and their energy, their auric field is null, void, dead, neutral, they're a con artist. They're a fraud. Don't care what they say. If I do light language, it's explosive. It's like like like, you know, like a child going crazy. Like throwing a party is light language. You're like a peacock, and it's like your energy is radiating. Your energy is exploding outwards. Somebody was like, that's a fucking fraud, if I ever saw one. And a clown as well. And so many people are falling for this. I see tens of thousands of views on some of these light language videos, and I'm like, people are so disconnected. So fucking disconnected. They're so easy to fool. Just because it looks like light language doesn't mean it is. Just because it sounds like it, like, I don't even want I can't say it because it is so disgustingly fake what they put on these videos. Should I show you like an example or something? Let me go on YouTube. Fucking disgusting, these examples. Let me share my screen. Let me do desktop. Screen capture. Sorry, please wait. Okay, this is not working. This says browser screen capture, but it doesn't. Let me just do the fucking my whole screen. Okay, I know this looks not so good. But here's an example. Yeah, can you see? Yeah, you can. Light language. Wait, there's no sound. Put my sound on. Look at her energy. Feel what she's doing. Don't think, feel. What do you feel? Tune into your stomach, your body. What sensations is this woman giving you? So that is it. This is death. I felt nothing watching this. It was all up in the head. I felt emptiness in my stomach. And that is when you feel that emptiness, you know it is fake. It is a fraud. Okay? There is no emotional charge behind it. No emotion. See it like this. Something like that. To be honest with you, because my personality is so charming, it feels less dead when I do it. But watching her, she's a dead person. Whatever she did in this video, I'm sorry, I don't want to insult her or whoever this is. I just clicked the first video I saw. But I felt nothing. Okay? No excitement. No play. No joy. Light language comes from the heart, you see. From the stomach. From the bottom. It rises like the Kundalini. It's feminine. If you don't feel it, it's... Okay, so see, I just did light language. That is light language, not fraud. Okay, if the movement is there, like you know, in the animes, do you know Naruto? Naruto Shippuden? Probably most of you don't, because my audience is a little bit older people. But my generation, 1990s, we are used to animes. And in Naruto, they do all kinds of jutsu movements, like they do these super energetic, super fast movements, and these movements are casting spells. You see, it's like they're casting magic. And this magic can destroy or kill their enemies. This can be deadly. Yes, this is deadly to make these symbols in Naruto. There's literally a series dedicated to the use of light language. People don't even fucking know this, and casting spells, okay? Now when you're watching that series, and you're watching it, it's like pure energy. Like the art itself, even though it's an anime, it's like a cartoon. It's not even real people doing these movements. It's fucking cartoons. And the cartoons feel more alive than the woman I just showed you. Like, that should tell you something, okay? It's not about what you say. It's not about how you say it. It's the energy. And energy can't be faked. So whatever you see when somebody speaks, whatever you feel, let that be your reality. Don't give a shit how it looks. Feel it, yeah? And if you can't, it's not light language. And if you can, there's no explanation necessary. We have to move away from this right-brained thinking of, oh, but it's these words. Oh, it's this Arcturian word of tak, tak, tak. or it's this Pleiadian word of zoo 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 or some kind of nonsense. I don't give a shit how the word sounds. I don't care what language they use, if they call it Pleiadian or Arcturian. If I don't feel it, it's fake. I don't need any other authority except this. Okay, this is your authority. Behind all light language communication, behind all gestures, all body language, all energy identification is this, the root, number 4, the sign of Cancer of a 4th house in astrology, which rules the stomach, which is ruled by the High Priestess in Tarot, or the Queen of Cups. This is not King of Swords. I'm like a King of Swords person. But it's not King of Swords. King of Swords is about, oh, is it rational? What are the details? How does this language, how is it structured? There's no structure to this language. There's no rules. So when you ask, oh, is there no truth? Yes, there is truth. But the truth is occult. When the language works, you know that it works for occult, covert reasons that you can't explain, you can only feel. And if somebody says, oh, but you have to prove that it works, they're stuck in the head. And they're disconnected from the root, and they need to get back down into their body because they have exiled themselves from the feminine high priestess within them. Simple. So you don't need any explanation. You don't need me to explain how light language works. When you do light language, you know that you are doing it. You can feel it. I know because this is what happened to me. The first time I did light language, and I was aware of it, was on a plant medicine ceremony, and I took so much of it, and I was in such a fasted state that it just came out of me. And I was like, this is interesting. Wait, these frauds, these con artists have been doing this online. But when I do it, something's different. This feels real. But when they do it, it does not feel real, even though it's the same words. Even though I've heard some of these words before, it's fake when they do it. Because they are false. They have falsified the language because the people themselves doing it are false. And that's all you need to know. It's only communicating energy. I can do all kinds of movements. But I will feel like a clown on a circus doing it. Because I'm not feeling it. So you can't learn light language through conventional means. You can't practice it through conventional means. You have to allow the wildness, the kundalini, the feminine in the bottom of your body, the sensations of the body. You need to bring them to your throat, to your mouth, and then you just okay. That's light language, not fraud. What I just did, you can scroll back and repeat this. That was real light language, okay? And this came out of me spontaneously. I didn't think about I was going to do it. I didn't know I was going to do it. I just did it. Because I knew that was a better way of communicating the point I'm trying to make than anything I could possibly say with rationality. And that's all this video is that I'm making here. Rational words is not enough to explain something that's irrational. So I hope you found this useful. I hope it helps you to make more sense of it. If not, I can make a part 2. If you have any questions about light language, leave me in the comments below. If you'd like me to talk about another controversial subject, I'd be happy to oblige. And if you're interested in an astrology reading, I still do readings, as always. You can reach out on Facebook Messenger if you're interested in a more personal reading about your life, your future, how you are going to make money. And if you are a type that's stuck in the head, or if you have a high priestess within you, and how strong is it going to be, and how does it express? Because what kind of traumas you have, what kind of blockages, are ultimately going to determine if you gaslight yourself to such a degree, but you can't even do light language even if your sensations are strong. Because whether you act on what you're feeling or not, is part of your cosmic blueprint, part of your destiny. That is why some people will never do any light language in their life, but others will, because it's part of their blueprint. So if you want to know more about your blueprint, get really personally into your identity, I'm available on Facebook Messenger. And thanks for watching. See you in the next video.